Hi, it's Amy. I wanted to show you this die that I got about a week ago that I've been having so much fun playing with. It's the 3D Carousel Gift Box by ScrapDivaDesigns. This is her email address, and her website is ScrapDivaDesigns.com. This is the 3D Carousel Gift Box. I've made 3 of them so far, and I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep making them. But I'll show you the first one that I made. Here it is. Isn't that so sweet? And what I did is I just made the box. I used 110-pound cardstock for the foundation of it, and then scrapbook paper. I think this is all Maggie Holmes paper. Maybe not this one on the bottom. This is American Crafts from Joann's. And then I lined it too with just some scrapbook paper that I had. And then I just kept thinking I wanted something on the carousel that would actually be on a carousel. So I don't know if you remember, but I think that there would be swans often in a real carousel. They would be like one that you would sit on, like a seat instead of riding it. And so I had this die. This one is from KS Crafts, and it's a bag topper. I'll show you the die. And I just used the swan part of it. I didn't use the bag topper part. And then I just, there was a black little piece that was cut out that I think was meant to be an eye, but I think I remember that swans have this little bump at the top of their beak, so I thought it was kind of sweet to add that, and then I added some sort of glitter to it. So this was my first one, and I really enjoyed making it. Oh, for the stick, this part, you can get these, I think I got it from Hobby Lobby, if not Michael's. They are wooden candy sticks, like what you would use for, or what you would see with rock candy, sugar. I think it's called rock candy. They come on that wooden stick. So they sell that stick in the confections section of Hobby Lobby and I think Michael's. And I just painted it gold. And I added a bead at the top of the stick and glued this top to it so that this all stays together. Otherwise the stick would slide up when you pull it up. And then just for fun, I added a little stopper on the bottom of it. Okay, so let me give you one more look at that. Oh, and these are acetate sort of ephemera pieces from one of the Maggie Holmes collections. And that little bow is actually covering up a mistake I made. I pulled something off and tore the paper, so I needed to put something there, but I think it looks sweet. And little gold hearts all around. And then I took flowers from the ephemera collection. I put a little bit of sparkle on them. I'm not great at, I think some people really go to town embellishing this kind of thing. For me, I just get a little, if I try to do it, I don't know, I go too far and want to pull back. So I just sort of kept it simple. I really like the architecture of the box, and I didn't want to lose that by adding lots of ribbons and things. So this is how I like to do it, and I'm really happy with how it looks. So before I show you the next 2, I'm going to show you the die itself and tell you a little bit about how it comes together. So there are 3 parts that make the base of it. This you cut out 6 times, and that makes the roof. This tab and this tab are glued together all around. And if you glue each piece together, but not the last one, you can work on a flat piece. Once you glue the last one on, it's a 3-dimensional piece and a little bit harder to glue things together. So for me, I worked on it as long as I could as a flat piece. So that's the roof piece. And when you, doesn't come all the way to a point. So that's how it makes the part at the top where you can have a flag coming out. There's a little circle left once you put it together. That's the roof. Okay, and then the walls of cut out 2 at a time, so you just need 3 of these. And then this is the bottom of it. So it has the 6 tabs. And you can cut this out a few times and then cut the tabs off if you wanted to make it more stable, add to the thickness of that bottom, or also for decorator paper, you would just cut this and then cut the tabs off. Okay, and then here are the parts for the decorator paper. This no, not this one. This one cuts this scalloped part that lays over. This cuts the triangles, and this you only need a half of a piece of 12 by 12 paper, so 6 by 12 should cut out the whole roof piece. You don't need more than one sheet of scrapbook paper for each part. Oh, and then I cut this out for the inside and the outside. So for layering the inside of the box, you cut out a set of 6 of these, and this 6 times, and then for the inside 6 and 6. Okay, and then this and this are the pieces that cut this arch, and then this part. You can put this anywhere you want. You can layer it over here. I just really liked it underneath my swans. Okay, so, and then there's one more piece, which is the flag. And I layered it going opposite ways so that it's one flag, but with 2 different colors. The glittery pink paper and the gold foil. Okay, so let me put these away, and I'll show you the 2 other ones that I made. The next one that I made is a Christmas one, and I really loved making this. This one is a little bit different. I just used stickers for each of the windows. I was fine with this, but I really do like the idea of it being something more like what a carousel would be. Anyway, this one, I used striped paper for the top. I used one of these wooden shaped buttons I just had in my stash. And this time I didn't use that. I used a lollipop stick for the pole inside. And then I found I had a wooden bead that I used for the same way to hold this part together. And I didn't put a bead on the end. I didn't line the bottom of that one, but I think I did make it 2 cardstock pieces thick. Okay, I think that's everything for that one. That was fun to make too. I really liked how it turned out. I used glitter paper for the scallop part. So you can use the same paper for those 2, or you can switch it up. You could also alternate different patterns for these triangles. That would be kind of sweet too. Okay, the third one that I made, it goes back, it sort of matches the swan one. It's more Maggie Holmes paper. And for this one, I bought this die that makes this Carousel Horse. This is by Frantic Stamper. It is available. It's only $8 for this. It's only one die. But what's interesting about it is that these are actually cut lines. They're not embossed lines. So when you cut it out with your die cutting machine, it's only held together in parts by little pieces. So to figure out where the saddle is, all you would do is snip this little area and snip that area, and then that saddle comes right out. So it's so easy to paper piece this together. I cut them all out in white watercolor paper, and then I cut it out in many, many different colors and paper pieced it together. What I did is I would cut it out at first with the pink glitter paper, and then make all of the components, cut out those components, and then just glue them as I did the pink glitter paper. I hope that makes sense. Another thing that I did was add a shadow with watercolor, just to make it more dimensional. So it wasn't a lot of painting. It was just a little bit of gray added. For instance, on that leg, that wouldn't be as white as the forward leg. So anyway, that just gave it a little bit of dimension. I also added with a gold pen those lines there. Oh, and then these little, the die does cut a circle. I'm not sure why, but a circle there. I didn't really like to have a hole there, and those were easily lost. So the paper just fell out. So what I did is I found this mix of sort of gems, many gems, Creatology from Michaels, and I would just take those little gems and glue them to that area. And I really loved how that turned out. And then these are liquid pearls that I was really careful to make tiny little dots with. You just don't use a lot of pressure. You just touch it and then it will make little dots there. So this one, I did not put a pole in the inside of it. I just put a bead with a bead spacer there and just glued that to the top with this glued on the inside. I used this really fun mercury glass paper all inside. It just reminded me of a carnival ride, just this sort of old mirror looking gold. And then the bottom two I lined there. Okay. So I had so much fun making these 3, and I'm going to keep going, and I'll show you. I have one plan. If it works out, I'll share it with you just to take this to the next level. It will add movement and music. So I hope it will work out. Anyway, check back with me and see if I actually do it. Meanwhile, you know what I'll be doing. I'll be making these boxes. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, if you like this project and want to see more like it, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Take care.